Like
Someone needs to go
they
take
definitely
that dog and just
You want to do it?
not like that.
Would you do it? Would you take
Okay.
her to the vet?
Yeah, I'd take her to the vet.
No remorse.
No remorse. It's
Cool.
like she's got.
you do a solid for the family.
Sorry, man. She's got to die.
We still might take you up on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Have Thane do it for you.
Yeah.
Have Thane pull the
Metaphorical
The
trigger. Pull the metaphorical
but you
plug.
can't say persona though.
Yeah.
Push in the not metaphorical juice.
I mean, I'll probably ask him to wrap up the corpse. So.
Oh god. And with that, hello everybody. I was about to jump in, but then they'd had to throw one extra, like, incredibly disturbing thing.
He was
like
the Salt Bay.
Nope. Today it's Life is Daijoubu, guys. We're doing episode 47. We're gonna be talking about the winter anime season of 2024, reviewing it, discussing it, talking about our favorite things, our favorites.
This was the slowest
Takes.
season we've ever done, in my opinion.
January season. What do
It
you
was
expect?
slow.
The hell do you
Yeah.
expect? It's
Because last year we
January.
had Chainsaw Man, so it was like
That was not
wasn't it
December.
that was
February?
December. That was the fall
It
season.
was the fall season. Remember when Crunchyroll was like, "Yeah, we're not nominating fall manga or anime because recency bias or something." It's like, just nominate it.
I do remember that actually.
Actually, I have more of that coming up.
I'm
Nice.
glad you got more because I don't have much to say about that, but I'm glad you can bring them to discussion. What I do have things to say about right now is specifically the news, because we've got a whole handful of news. It's that time of the end of the season where I got to tell you how many things are getting season 2s. Up to this point, we were recording on March 26th, so there's probably going to be a couple things announced in a couple days or throughout the next couple days.
Apothecary Diaries.
Oh, dang, jeez.
okay,
I got
sorry.
the whole list.
he added stuff.
Spoilers.
Oh.
We don't have the full thing.
Yeah, I had to add some extras because since I've printed out this paper, we have gotten a couple new ones. So, as of right now, these are all of the shows getting season 2s. We got Apothecary Diaries, Tales of Wedding Rings, Chain Soldier, Call of the Night. I don't know why I put that in there like it's a part of the season.
Yeah.
To us it is, because we watched it during this season, didn't we? Or was it
That
last
was
season?
last season.
Oh, shoot.
It all just melts into one.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, the things that aren't on the paper are Tis Time for Torture Princess is getting a season 2. Skylar's very excited and happy. Can't wait for that one.
I can't wait to finish season 1.
High Card is not getting a season 3, but it's getting an OVA. It's a little bonus episode. I don't know if it's actually going to be called an OVA, but I decided to call it that, so here
I
we
didn't
are.
finish the season, so
I didn't finish that either.
Yeah.
Spoilers. And then the last thing I have in mind is Sasaki and Peeps is getting a season 2.
it also free-ran the end card hints at a season 2, but nothing confirmed.
I think they need to get farther in the manga for a season 2. I mean, they could do it. They could comfortably do 12 episodes. To do another 28, I don't know if they could do another 28 with the current content.
They just probably do 25 or 20, 24, 25.
Because where I'm at, I think Japan is 3 volumes ahead. I think I just finished volume 10 or 11. I think there's 13. And of course, there's probably a couple chapters after that.
Chapters on
Yeah, they do simulpub them. I just read them whenever the volume was released physically, because I collect it physically. But yeah, so those are all the things getting season 2s. We got some other news on here that we can run through before we get into the entire recap of the winter season. So we'll start with the top. Some of these are just more anime announcement stuff, so just letting you know. Anyway, first up we got Beastars. His final season is coming out, and it's going to be split into 2 halves, just like most things nowadays, honestly, that
You
are
want to know a
large.
fun fact about the author of Beastars?
Is it a good fun fact or a bad fun fact?
It's a fun fact.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you kind of had a little smirk when you
Yeah.
said that.
So I learned this the other day. The author of Beastars is the daughter of the author of Baki the Grappler.
Oh,
Do you not know? Okay.
I'm sorry.
You look at the art styles, like, actually that kind of makes sense.
See, he asked you that question and not me because he knew I would know.
So, like, the art style transcended the generations?
I guess. I mean, there's a lot of beefier guys in Baki.
And some beefy looking wolves.
Yeah.
Beastars.
Also, the author, how she draws humans, it kind of looks cursed.
Are humans ever in Beastars?
No, it's just animals.
Okay, I figured.
And but she has like, and I think in one shot collect, she has a girl. She like has a bloody nose and her eyes look weird. If you ever,
I may end up picking Beastars one of these days because I've seen season 1 a long time ago, and I'd like to watch all of it at some point because I enjoyed season 1 enough. I just never watched season 2. I know you ended up reading the manga, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Cool.
Judge me. I don't care.
Doesn't
Do it.
become a
Do it.
Doesn't become
Do it.
Rabbits.
Type down below. Do it. Judge me. What are you
Silly
gonna say?
rabbits.
Say it.
Say, calm down. Doesn't it become a battle shonen at near the end?
It's really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
judge
just-
me, huh? You're missing out.
I just
You're
wanna
missing
see,
out.
I just want to see the rabbit. I'm gonna be honest. I just want to see the rabbit.
Yeah, judge him in the comments.
Next up, this one is an anime original called Zenshu, and it is being animated by Studio Mappa. I put, haha, very funny at the end of that.
Rip.
Because Mappa does not have enough stuff to do, right? They need more work. So
Yeah.
I'm glad they,
Yeah.
It's also, you said it's original about animator who never fell in love.
yeah, it's about an animator who never fell in love. So it's almost like they know what they're doing, right? Doing a story about animation and making animation assumably. So from what I understand, like the larger part of it, it's like this animator who's like supposed to be drawing a love scene and they never fell in love, so they don't really know how to draw love. One of those kind of stories. I will definitely be watching this when it comes out because that literally checks a lot of my boxes. And I am curious to see how it's going to go because of the implications there.
Yeah.
Next is I am a behemoth.
Behemoth.
Behemoth. Thank you. Goodness. I that's one of those words that every time I try, I just butcher.
Behemoth is like a cool name, though.
Behemoth?
Behemoth.
Behemoth.
Sounds like Baphomet.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah.
So I am a behemoth. Behemoth is a light novel and it's getting an anime adaptation. Goodbye Dragon Life is a novel. It just said novel. I'm assuming light novel, but it just said novel. But that's getting an anime. And then a Wit Studio original that's called My Dear Friend Nokotan, and deer as in DEER, like the animal. Purposefully, I wrote that like that.
The
because
one
that's what
I
it's
like
called.
to spot in a sniper scope.
You could, yeah, you definitely could. And the final, I guess one more thing that's just a normal anime announcement is that Oshinoko Season 2 is coming out July 2024. So the summer season.
Wow, so close.
So literally just a year after Season 1 came out. And the manga's like, I think it's getting close to ending. So they could potentially go 3 for 3 in 2026, 25, do Oshinoko Season 3 and probably finish it.
Nice.
Maybe 2 more seasons, I don't know. But the ultimate news we have is that The Boy and the Heron wins the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's not the first time an anime has won the Oscar for Best Animation. I don't even think it's the first time Miyazaki has.
Yeah, he won one for
Spirited Away.
Yeah. He got nominated for several others. Pretty much every film he directed, except Ponyo, he pretty much got an Academy Award nomination when they started doing it back in 2001.
Yeah.
Also, Shrek was the first movie to win Best Feature for Animated Feature.
Well, I mean, that deserved it.
Yeah.
Shrek's a banger.
Strikes a banger. Well, I'll probably pick it for the show one of these days. Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, like, it's cool, but it's Best Animated Feature. When some possible day an anime wins Best Film. Best Picture,
Yeah.
then we'll have something to talk about.
The closest I've seen to a actual animated film being nominated for Best Picture was Toy Story 3.
Was it actually nominated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
That was the worst one.
I think Beauty and the Beast got nominated. Not the remake,
Oh,
Yeah.
the classic.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of bad films that have been nominated for Oscars just because they say they can.
I was wondering if somebody got
You ever
the
heard
Toy
of the
Story
movie
remake.
Gravity? Boy, what a stinker.
I think Toy Story 2 is my favorite.
I like Toy Story 1 and 2. I've never seen 4, but 3 I thought was bad.
Number 4 was sad, but like, I'm old. I don't really care for Toy Story. 1 and 2 was like peak childhood. Number 4 came out when I was in my 20s.
It's what aimed towards people who had nostalgia.
Yeah, isn't that like the point of Toy Story 4 though? Like you grew up, or is that Toy Story 3?
That's Toy Story 4, I think. Because there's like
Toy
a lot
Story
of
3 also
goodbyes.
had that
Had that,
too.
They just
Yeah.
kept going
and he
with
grows
it.
up.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, that's pretty much the news. Do you guys have anything you wanted to throw on there, or do we finally move into the recap?
This was actually about the Oscar thing. We actually, when we recorded the last episode that night, it happened.
Oh yeah, the same night
And I think we were like 2 or 3 hours
ahead
just
of
before,
it.
Yeah, ahead just before the announcement.
That is right. I do remember that. So that is
don't
pretty
thi-
late news to throw.
I don't think Miyazaki was there.
He wasn't. No, I do remember that he was not there. But I mean, like, do you blame him? He's pretty old,
Yeah.
and like, why bother? It's
Yeah.
it's L.A.
Yes, he probably just doesn't care. It's like, oh, an Oscar, whatever. I'm just making movies.
As long as my son doesn't get an Oscar,
Yeah.
I'm okay. And with that, let's go to the season recap. So the season recap, as we do, we start with Mal's top 5. I think I've got more than 5 because I just don't even care. The category is becoming irrelevant. I just wanted to talk about what was the best rated amongst a wide variety group of fans. So I'm going to go through the list. The number 1 was Kingdom Season 5 at an 8.82. The Dangers in My Heart Season 2 at an 8.8. Solo Leveling at an 8.38, which is the first new title there. A Sign of Affection at an 8.36. Ninja Kamui at an 8.28. Mashal Season 2 at an 8.1. And Classroom of the Elite Season 3 at an 8.06. And Delicious in Dungeon at a 7.91. I threw in a bunch of extras because there were so many like Season 2, Season 3s and stuff. Are you surprised by this, Skylar, specifically? I'm throwing this to you because there's one on here that you watched but didn't watch or something.
I mean, I watched it, and like it was fun, but I don't know.
Did you finish it?
I'm close, but my thing is I don't really like the dude.
Is it an 8.36 in your mind?
I
No,
think
sir.
Delicious in Dungeon should be higher.
I agree. I'm surprised it's not.
Yeah.
I really am surprised that it's not.
And also, I watched the trailer for Ninja Kamui. It was an Adult Swim original. And I was like, this kind of looks generic. But then I saw the higher rating and was like, maybe I should have gave it a chance. Because sometimes Adult Swim does really good original programming.
I know they're doing something with Mappa too soon.
I know they're doing Uzumaki. I don't know what they're doing with Mappa.
Oh, are they not? Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't them. I thought it was them. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the top 5. So let's just jump into overall thoughts on the season. Just get it all out before we really go into the categories. I want to start with Thane. What did you overall think about this season that we just got done? Or it's not technically done, but almost done with.
It was January. New year, just get it out. Yeah.
This is where they try to start building up their money for
Yeah.
the year.
Yeah.
All the different studios
I
put
mean,
out a
like,
show.
There's only like 2 or 3 good shows you see, and then the rest are kind of like, yeah, they were there. I mean, there's a lot better. It was a lot better than I think last fall or last winter's years, but it's just it's kind of just like a buffer season.
It's a filler arc.
Yeah.
I'm gonna counter that with my opinion. I actually think last winter was more exciting than this winter. I think I
don't
enjoyed last
remember
winter's
what
season.
Was there on last one?
I couldn't tell you either. I just remember liking a lot more shows last season than this season or last winter season. But that's how it is. It's objective. So I guess my overall thoughts were that like the stuff that I really liked, I was super excited to watch, and the stuff that I wasn't as into, very much so slowly fell away and just ended up just not even finishing it. So that's kind of how I went.
I think, yeah, I agree. That's kind of my thoughts too, is like the gap between the good stuff and the average stuff is so large where it's like, man, I don't even want to bother with some of these shows. And it's like in the beginning of the season, it's always exciting for me because I'm watching a bunch of new stuff and it's like, oh, this could be good. This could be good. And then by like episode 3, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with this one. I guess I'll keep going with this. Then you get the mid-season lulls. That's where I dumped a lot of them.
That's true. Those mid-season lulls really kind of hit you.
Mid-season lull for me was getting a new job.
Especially if you don't like the characters. Man, I don't know.
I mean, that's what pulls the whole show, right? Is characters.
And because in my head, I'm like, okay, well, what if you have bad characters but a good story? I don't want to watch this person go through a good story if they suck.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, sir. You
kind of like Captain Kurosuchi in Bleach.
Yeah, just like him. Just like him.
I hate that guy.
Me too. He's a dang guy.
A douche.
I agree. Okay, I think it's time we can start getting into our different categories. Starting off like we always do, biggest surprise.
Mine was, it's a really long title. I didn't write it down. I just wrote the abbreviation of what I call it. It's called Seventh Time Loop. Really fun, man. It's about a girl that dies and has relived this life several different times. And in this life that she's living, the person that killed her in her past, like the life just recent before this one, she ends up marrying. And so it's really, really fun. And I really like that show.
Did they get to an 8th time loop?
Maybe it's season 2. If there is one.
I don't think that wasn't announced to my knowledge. My biggest surprise was that Apothecary Diaries and Frieren never dropped in quality. Amongst the sea of bad quality here and there, especially during this January season, Frieren and Apothecary Diaries stayed kings.
Cool.
Untouched gems.
They were good all the way through.
Uncut gems.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. He should win an Oscar.
This is where I win.
I'd give him one. Thane, what did you think was your biggest surprise?
My biggest surprise was Sengoku Yoku. I think that's how you pronounce it. From the writer of Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer. He writes good manga, and when you actually give him the right studio, in this case, I think it was White Fox. Oh. I have to double check.
White Fox is good though.
It's pretty good, especially the 8th episode where it hit me in the feels unexpectedly. I was like, "What the hell?"
You got me.
And we're supposed to have this for 37 episodes. Like, if you keep this up for 37 episodes, it's really good. It's supposed to be the whole manga. That's supposed to be the whole manga, apparently. So
it'll go into like next season then?
Yeah. And the next 2 seasons.
Nice. Well, just as we were happy and surprised, it's time to be let down and sad. My biggest letdown of this season was High Card. And this is coming from a guy who only watched 2 episodes and just kind of gave up. I really liked season 1.
4.
Oh, you made it to 4 episodes.
Although I do kind of want to know what the story ends, so maybe I'll pick back up sometimes.
Yeah. It's one of those that I think the same way. I think, the characters are fun. Yeah. The story was okay. Like, maybe I do want to get back into it. But every time I, open up Crunchyroll and start scrolling and I see it pop up, I go, nah.
Nope.
So that was my biggest letdown. Thane, what let you down?
Mine's Metallic Rouge.
Oof.
I was really interested at first. Then I feel like it kind of was going nowhere. Even though the plot was progressing, I feel like it wasn't going anywhere. And they barely hint at feels like some things are missing. Like they were trying to do a anachronistic style, like what a lot of animes do, but feels like we're missing a few things, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if they do a second season, but I think they're gonna wrap it up this season. It's not over, so
a couple more episodes or something.
Yeah, I like the opening though.
Yeah.
It was on my favorite opening, and then I crossed it out and had a
Put
different one in
something else.
mind. Yeah, still a good song though.
What about you, sir?
Mine was also high card. I mean, nothing more I can add. Cole basically said what
It's just
my
sad,
thoughts.
dude. Man, when I watched episode 1 and then I saw the new intro, and then I saw the new outro, I knew right away this is not the same tone as the previous season that made me like it as much as I did. Especially that outro, dude.
Yeah.
That outro is killer. All right, at least you tried. You dropped them. These are all the shows you dropped. As you'd expect, I dropped High Card because that's what I basically just got done saying. But I also dropped Metallic Rouge. One of those dumb words that I can't get right. I watched 2 episodes of that as well, just trying to jump on board and fell off of it. Another one that I threw on here because I watched like 3 or 4 episodes and haven't watched since is Sasaki and Peeps. Nothing bad about the show, honestly. I just was not. I don't know. I just didn't care. Like, it was fun. It was like clever and unique and different slightly for an isekai. But like, I don't know. There's better things out there. I decided to go to the better things. And then the final thing that I dropped was Chain Soldier, because I read the manga and the animation quality was nowhere near as good as I would hoped it would have been. And I remember reading the manga and thinking, wow, the plot's actually pretty decent. But I think my mind was too focused on the plot to really pay attention to the plot. So when I started watching the anime and realized that they were toning down a lot of the plot, I focused on the other plot and was like, oh, it's not actually as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
So the horniness doesn't help. Sorry, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm pretty sure that's all I dropped. I feel like there should have been one more on here, but who knows at this point.
I dropped a few. One was I was trying to make a joke. I was gonna say Solo Leveling. Ha, gotcha. I love Solo Leveling. No, I dropped Tales of Wedding Rings because just like Cole, I read the manga.
Oh.
Not as much plot as you know, but speaking about the manga, it seems like they resolved a big issue, and it's still going. Other than just being horny, that's all that has to exist. It's like, okay, can we just wrap it up?
Horniness does make money,
Yeah.
so I don't think I can blame them.
Yeah. Next we have Ishura. It's just like it's kind of like trying to do this ensemble storytelling, and like the characters you see in the first episode, from what I watched, haven't appeared again. So it's like, I don't know, man. They have Witch and Beast. I just don't like the characters. I liked episode 3, but the characters, the two main characters, I don't really like them that much. And we have High Card. Yeah.
Pour one out for my boy Hard Card.
So I also had Witch and Beast, and yeah, I didn't like the characters either. Metallic Rouge, it was fun. The first episode I was confused. Episode 2 I was like, okay, I think I could get behind this, and then that was it.
They built a cool world
Yeah.
for it, but I don't know.
'Tis Time for Torture Princess. I've dropped that one. I've ranted enough about that one. It's just
Wait, you're not gonna watch season 2?
Yeah, totally.
You're not going to go read the manga?
I just got done telling everybody that you're gonna be watching season 2.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Sounds good. Dropped High Card.
Wait, how many episodes did you get into it?
High Card?
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4.
Okay, so around the same as.
But I
Stan.
could not tell you what I watched last. I don't know what happened.
Same.
All I remember is the night that he kills people and eats their cards. That's it.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Okay, go ahead, Sky. Sorry.
Tales of Wedding Rings. There's another one called Fluffy Paradise, it was just like not weird. It's just like a cute slice of life where this little girl just likes animals like her. And then another one I dropped is called The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. It's really hard to watch a fantasy show when Freerun and Solo Leveling also exist in the same season.
And Delicious in Dungeon.
And that one, I didn't watch that one, but
Should.
You probably, you might like that
You
one.
would like it. You would like it.
I also wrote on here Sign of Affection, but I might finish that one. So that one's to be announced.
You'll have to update us next time.
Don't get your
The
hopes
big
up.
sigh. Well, now we can start getting into things that are a little bit more upbeat, I guess. Then tell us about your favorite OP.
My OP, I crossed out Metallic Rouge. Sorry, I thought of another one. It's a show I don't watch, but it's a manga I read and hold dear to my heart, and it's One Piece. Opening 26.
Oh, let's go.
It's one of the most beautifully vivid openings I've ever seen, and the guy who sings "We Are," he sang several One Piece. He's back, he's killing it. He hits all those high notes. The song is okay. It's good for a One Piece opening, but the animation definitely carries it. If you have time, go look it up. It's like probably one of the most vividly beautiful openings I've ever seen.
Is it called We Are the One Piece?
No, it's called Ass.
Oh, really? That's what it's
Yeah.
called?
Ass. That's how the song
That's
begins.
how the song goes?
Yeah.
What do you got, Sky?
I think my favorite one was Metallic Rouge, surprisingly. It's got like an 80s vibe to the
Yeah.
intro, and it's very much like you listen to it, you're like, oh, that's a Sky song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking of like those
Janet
vampire
Jackson.
guys. What do they call them?
It sounds like an 80s like poppy hip hop song. 80s poppy, dancey hip hop.
I'd have to re-listen to it because I
It sounds like a
remember.
Janet Jackson song.
My favorite OP, the reason I decided to go last is because it kind of goes in with hottest takes. My favorite OP of the season was Pokemon Horizons opening 2 called Hello by Yama and Bochi Boromaru. Wow, it's a good one. Holy cow. I kept like thinking like over the entire like course of this season, which anime opening do I like the best? And I kept rewatching them. Like at one point I'm like Dangers in My Heart season 2 was up there, and then I was like, well, I kind of still do like Apothecary Diaries as new opening a lot. But I ended up settling on the Pokemon one because like holy crap. It like you think oh, it's a Pokemon opening. No, dude, it's good.
Hey, the Japanese season 1, iconic, classic.
Yeah, true. But like, man, and like the song's fun by all means. It's very fun, but the animation is killer, and it's like also partly because like the anime is very interesting. Like you see like the villains, like the Akatsuki Pokemon version, and like you see them all in like their own shots with their own Pokemon. It's oh my goodness, it's so cool. And that leads me right into my hottest take, and it's that Pokemon anime is fire right now and has never been better.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's what people actually unanimously agree upon.
All the people that have like nostalgia glasses would hard disagree with that. I think
Let's grow up.
that's what I think, right?
Yeah.
The nostalgia people. Are you got them nostalgia glasses on right now? Do you think that the Pokemon OG is good?
No, it's not good, but I'm the guy that was salty when they added a second generation to Pokemon because I was like, no, there's only 151, 152, and that's it.
You're wrong. You were wrong the
151.
second time. It was 151.
Okay, I was right.
What a
151.
real Gen 1er over there, knowing how
Yeah.
many Pokemon there are. Yeah, legit though, the new anime is so fun. It's really cool to see like the arcs and like even like the quote unquote filler episodes lead into other arcs or like start an arc. Like for example, one of the most recent ones, it's like they go to the beach and they meet the new dolphin Pokemon. It's like, oh, the dolphin Pokemon, blah blah blah, and they do their whole thing. They take a picture at one point, and like in the background of the picture, you can see like this like radio tower looking thing, and like the professor's like, hey, well, what's that? We got to suss this out. And turns out it's the villains, and so they're like, oh shoot, it's the Akatsuki. We got to go stop them. Someone go get Naruto to help us. They don't have Naruto, sorry, but it's not really the Akatsuki, but they're so similar in my mind. Like they do.
Get a Buster call in to Captain Pikachu. Although the Admirals are bad guys, so
The vibes are very similar to the Akatsuki anyway in my mind. And man, I don't know, dude. It's fun. They're killing it. That's such a good Pokemon anime. It's probably as good as I would ever want in a Pokemon anime. So that was my hot take. Sky, what's your hot take?
This season was bad. Season as a whole was a bad. Like, I can't even remember. I think this is the first season where, for one, I've dropped this many shows. But two, where it was just like, dude, I don't want to watch anime. Like, I watch the bangers. I watch the ones that I like.
No.
But it's like a handful of shows. And I would pull up my anime list and look at all the shows that I have to watch. I'm just like, yep, don't want to watch that.
Are you in a slump?
Nope. I think I am just in an anime slump.
Are you depressed?
No, I'm fine.
He's anime depressed. Anime
I'm
pressed.
Maybe you should take a break and just go watch older shows.
Let's just go watch Breaking Bad.
I watched a lot of... No, that makes me anxious. I watched a lot of King of Queens.
Cool.
When I'm in slumps, I just like to laugh.
You just fall back on your sitcoms.
Yeah, because if I laugh, then I'm
If
happy.
you like sitcoms, you should watch Arrested Development.
Wait. Let's rewind. If I laugh, I'm happy. That's what that equates to.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it.
You
cool.
can't be sad and laugh. At least I can't.
I think you probably could. I
Like
don't
tears
know.
of joy.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a little extra. And King of Queens definitely gets you there. I mean, I know. Dane, what's your hot take?
I got two, and one is the Oscars don't care about animation. I don't even know if this is a hot take. People just know this for a while.
Yeah, I think that's just a fact.
Yeah, it's just a fact. They don't. They
Nope.
They just put an animation category because people asked for it. And then I saw one interview when it was Frozen and the wind rises. Everyone thought the wind rises, the wind rises. And then, like, you see the interviews, and then one guy's like, I don't care about animation, all these Chinese cartoons. I was like,
I remember that.
no, they don't. Like, I don't care if their staff is getting younger or whatever, or the jury's getting younger. They don't care. And frankly, the Oscars are dying. They're getting lower ratings every year. That one time a few years ago that because it spiked in ratings because literally Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
That was the Oscars he did that at?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a good moment.
That's a banger. That
That's a
moment should win an
banger.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I would give that moment an Oscar.
That's the Oscar for the best moment of the Oscars.
Speaking of award shows should die, Crunchyroll should stop doing award shows because the last one I saw, hey, Vinland Saga. I really like Vinland Saga. Oh, it's Jujutsu Kaisen every category.
Every category is Jujutsu Kaisen this year.
No variety. It's like, oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. No free run because, it was because they did that fiasco last year and carries over to this year where it's like, oh,
They're
no
like,
fall
we can't
anime.
put good anime against
It's like,
Jujutsu
no
Kaisen.
fall
Jujutsu
anime.
Kaisen's got to win, so we got to only put bad anime against it.
They're like, what's the?
Oh, yeah,
who's gonna pay us the most to
Oh
give
yeah,
them the
Chainsaw
awards?
Man. Oh, sorry, Chainsaw Man. You don't stand a chance. It's like, stop.
It's so funny how Jujutsu Kaisen won every category. It really made me laugh. And not every category, majority.
I like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Was it voted on by fans?
Yeah, I think it's like part fan
like a
voted,
mix.
part jury voted.
Sounds like the fan base for that one show that will never ever not be number one on Mal. Sounds like they got a hold of JJK.
Will never ever not be, or will ever always be.
Will always be number one.
Full Metal, got it.
Yeah,
the fan
yeah.
base.
Free Run's higher than Full Metal, and it's been higher for over a month.
I'm pretty sure Full Metal fans just migrated over to Free Run. It's like it's close enough, and so
It starts with an F. I guess we stay
Yeah.
standing.
And until they make an anime for that other, what's her name? Arakawa. Until that they make an anime for that other Arakawa manga.
Spoon?
Not Spoon. It's called Demons of the Shadow Realm. That's the localization name. It's a new one she's writing.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah.
I just knew the Spoon one. Silver Spoon, I think it's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Whenever they make an anime of that, they're probably going to try to upvote that one to number one. I don't know.
All right. It is time for Best Boy.
It's easy. Me and you have the same one.
Oh, gosh. I know we don't have the same one because I picked one from a show you didn't watch.
Oh, dang.
I'm sorry, sir.
This is the first time I've done the same Best Boy.
Two seasons. I figure that's kind of what you're going to do.
Go ahead.
Okay, mine is Ichikawa from Dangers in My Heart. Last time we had a season of Dangers in My Heart, he also won Best Boy.
Oh, I guess you got a double.
Yeah, he's won twice. Yeah.
Ding ding.
Ichikawa is great. I don't know why, dude. I just get that little guy. I'm like, freak, man. Oh, I feel it. When I was there, I was feeling the same. Oof. He's a gamer. I don't know what else to say. He's awesome. I just want him to be happy.
Mine is Sung Jin Woo from why can't I never remember Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
He's pretty cool.
Like he starts as a scrawny guy, but then he kind of just like
Solo levels.
Yeah, solo levels.
His whole personality. He's like not even the same person anymore.
Yeah.
He really is a different person.
Made him harder, made him more depressed.
It made him harder and made us harder too.
Also, what I like is that he can curb stop any player, but when it comes to monsters, he still struggles. He's still got to figure that part out. He's not totally overpowered. Kind of like that. So it makes me excited to see what kind of monsters they throw at him.
Eat your heart out, Kirito.
Yeah. Yeah, suck it.
Mine's Stark.
Real life.
Stark's a good boy.
Stark is a good boy.
Stark,
Dude,
yeah,
God, it's so hard not to pick Stark again. I'm not going to lie.
He's a gamer. And he's so happy-go-lucky, and like Fern gets mad at him, and he's like, bro, why are you mad at me? Just tell me, use words.
I think
Use your words, little girl.
The main reason I couldn't pick Stark is just because you didn't see him that much this season, or this part of the season.
In the beginning, you did, the first couple episodes.
He went on a training arc that we don't see, because Free Ren and Fern went on.
It wasn't even like a training arc. He just vibes, and that old man just goes and talks to him.
They went on their tournament arc.
Yeah, they did a tournament arc. He was just kind of just
or
like
an
hanging out.
exam arc. It's actually more like an exam arc.
The tuning exams.
Yeah.
But they're just mage exams to tell us. Okay, best fan service.
Get your hunter's license.
What's your favorite fan service thing?
Oh, it's Chain Soldier.
Yeah?
And also, if I had watched this one, I probably would have picked Gushing Over Magical Girls, because I know that one's wild. But I watched Chain Soldier because I knew probably Magical Girl one was going to be trash. At least this one tries to have substance.
Yeah,
other
it tries.
than boobs.
Mine was the Undead Adventurer. He has like a sidekick chick that helps him out. Biggest titties you've ever seen, and they're being held like covered by just these little flaps.
Little flaps?
Yeah.
One of those ones?
She's really hot.
Gotta love the little flaps.
I didn't watch a lot of horny anime this season, so I guess that's the winner.
I'm probably not going to pick horny anime next season from all they have. It's like, nope.
I honestly didn't pick very many horny stuff this season either. Like Chain
I guess
Soldier.
Konosuba 3 will probably make the horny list, let's be honest.
Like, what did I just say?
Chain Soldier.
Chain Soldier. I dropped it. And like, because it wasn't as good as the manga, and
It
I know what it can compare to, and I'm just like, well, freak, man, that's not the best fan service. And so what I picked was the mostly solid animation that this season gave us, because like even the shows that weren't that great or that super well animated, like for the most part, they still looked good. I don't really know of any shows this season that looked overly bad. I remember some seasons, I honestly think last winter's season, I watched a show and it had terrible animation, but I was just watching because I liked the show. And like there's been other seasons we've watched shows and I was like, yeah, this animation is clearly bad. I don't think I've had one show this season that like objectively just looked bad. And end up watching a lot, but like the bits and pieces of all these other different shows that I watched, they still looked good.
Nothing like the zoom in on the hand, pan around
no
the
crazy
stairs.
zooming on the hand. But even like Metallic Rouge, even though I only watched 2 episodes, holy cow, it looks phenomenal.
It does. It's got
so good.
Very colorful.
It's really, really nice. So yeah, best fan service was the animation is really doing it for me.
Especially when they jiggled.
Wink. I don't know if the wink was necessary, though, being honest. All right, best girl. My best girl is Lum from Urusei Yatsura. Because Lum's great. I don't know why. Like she's just chill. She's fun. I feel bad for her because Otaru is a playboy, but
Lum's
Lum's
a little
chill.
weasel, penis weasel.
The little moments you get of like Lum and Otaru being all cute together, oh man, I live for those moments right there. They're good. They're good stuff. And Lum makes those moments basically happen. Because if it wasn't for her, Atara would just always be the same. So good job, Lum.
Mine was Lady Reach from the 7th Time Loop. She's a good person. She's cute. She's always trying to do what's best for people. She likes helping. She saved a kid's life.
Good job.
She's a gamer.
She sounds like a gamer.
I like Marcel from Delicious in Dungeon.
She's pretty chill.
Yeah.
I like her too.
Well, not when you want trying to feed her monster parts. She's not chill.
She does not like
Yeah.
the monsters.
But she gets over it eventually.
She's a good one.
Yeah.
She was honestly in the running for me.
Yeah. And I couldn't pick Freerun again, so
You could have.
I was
could have.
convinced you were going to. you just defaulted to the next elf girl.
yeah, next self girl.
All right. Worst protagonist. In very fitting me ripping on Shane Soldier, I pick Yuki Wakura because he's pretty just a dumb protagonist. He's just not great.
Standard harem protagonist.
Standard harem protagonist. He doesn't have a character.
Mine is Gidu from The Witch and the Beast. Sky picked both of them. I just picked her because, well, the dude was kind of average. He was just like the smoke.
They both suck,
cigarettes.
Thane.
Yeah.
They both suck.
Yeah, they don't really carry the show very well.
But one of them sucked more,
Yeah,
according to Thane.
I think Gidu was.
She's just crazy.
Yeah.
She's just like
She's
bombastic.
like Bakugo. Like, I don't get why people like Bakugo, and same with Gidu. I don't know if anyone likes Gidu because she's just always overly angry. I don't really like characters who are irrationally angry. It's like, chill, please.
Get back in the coffin.
Yeah, get back in the coffin.
I don't get the joke. Sorry.
Yeah, she's.
I'd have to watch the
She's
show.
in a coffin. You
You don't have to.
Oh, good.
I got
good.
the first volume of the manga if you want to buy that from me and you can read it. See, I'm going to make you pay to read it.
This freaking guy. So yeah, that was your worst one as well, Sky.
Oh, yeah, that was the duo from The Witch and the Beast. They both suck.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's go good. Let's go good again. Best protagonist. I think I was gonna say it's about good throughout the rest of this thing, but we got a biggest Dumpy coming up. No, best protagonist. Who's your best protagonist, Guy?
Mine was, once again, Lady Reach from 7th Time Loop.
Dang, man.
She's awesome. Man.
I gotta
she's
wanna
so
watch
cool.
it.
And it's like, she's really smart because she's lived so many lives and done so many different things throughout those lives. It's basically like dying, coming back, getting a job, doing this, dying, coming back, getting a different job and learning this. And she has all these different mentors and all these different connections. And it's really, really fun. I really like it. Plus, she's just a gamer. She's nice.
Nice.
Good person.
Mine is Fern from Freerun. She's not the title character, right? Well, she gets the most development. It's Freerun who teaches her everything, and she wins the exam. Well, there's no winning; you just pass. Spoilers! I'm sorry, guys.
Everybody's seen the bangers.
Everybody's
Yeah,
seen
though.
that one
Yeah.
at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You probably know that. Oh, they're gonna probably pass the exam or something.
Who I think best protagonist is Zhao Mao from Apothecary Diaries. Last review, I put her as best girl. This time, I'm just gonna put her as best protagonist because she's pretty dang fun as a protagonist. I really like to see her antics, her just like figure things out. It was always fun, right? And her interactions with the other characters is kind of what drives that story for me, that whole show for me. And so her being the center of the show is kind of what does it. She's great. Watch Apothecary Diaries. It's fun. I really liked it. Another fun one, favorite ending.
I picked one from a show I dropped because it's very unique. It's Fluffy Paradise's outro. And it's like a stop motion animation with yarn. It's very interesting.
Like Kirby's Epic Yarn. Well, that wasn't stop motion. That was just yarn
it was
art
just
style.
it was like fun. It was like, wow, I haven't really seen anything like this. Very cute, very fun. The song was pretty fun
Was it
too.
felt?
It could be animation, and I could just be fooled. But it looked like it was real yarn.
I know
Get
there's
fooled.
felt motion, stop motion with felt, but I don't know.
My favorite ending was from Urusei Yatsura. It's I think ending 3 technically, maybe ending 2. I don't know. It's called Rise Akaira. It's a weird name by Mezendez. They're the ones that do the endings and the intros. I really heavily considered this Urusei Yatsura's intro for favorite OP as well, but I don't think it's as good as the other ones. But this ending's really, really good in my opinion. I think it's one of the better ones of the 3.
My favorite ending, I know I picked it last time, but it's so good. It's Frieren. They used they used the same song from the other season, but they used the second half. It's Anytime Anywhere by Millet.
That sounds right.
It. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I concur. I was going to mention, actually, that one has similar animation to what I'm assuming Skylar's talking about, because it kind of looks like those stop motion animation a little bit.
Yeah, also the sequence at the end is very pretty.
Very, very pretty.
Yeah.
Now, enough talking about pretty and happy, good stuff. Let's talk about our biggest dumpies, the ones that we just thought was ruined everything. Just not great, not good at all. My biggest dumpy was Chain Soldier for all of the reasons I've already brought up. I just didn't think it did it as near as good as the manga did, and it also made me realize how much the story as a whole was just kind of which is sad because like I said, I really liked it when I first read it.
My biggest dumpy is Ishura, because while it had an interesting setup, it just took too long and it lost me. Yep, that's it.
Mine was Tales of Wedding Rings. I thought the first episode was really fun, and I was kind of into it. And then after it developed and I realized what it was, I dropped it. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, boy.
I'm not signing up for this.
Oh, man. Okay, now we've got an interesting category. It's our best or favorite anime song. Doesn't have to be an opening or an ending. Could be from the actual show. Could just be the generic music they play in the background of stuff. We had some bangers this season, I'm not going to lie. 2 very, very well-known musicians for background music in 2 separate shows. I chose one of them as mine. And I specifically chose the song that plays during episode 6 of Solo Leveling when he fights the bad guys. Without spoiling anything. That song slaps. Oh my goodness. You got Hideyuki Sawano like teaming up with some singer that I don't know, but man, that man can make music.
Yeah.
He kills it. It's so good. So good.
Mine was tough because I love fantasy. I love Friren's music. It's very Celtic at times. It's very somber. I really, really, really like Friren's soundtrack. Solo Leveling had some bangers though, so I think I'm also picking Solo Leveling. Not necessarily just a song but the whole OST as a whole, I guess.
I was really just thinking about just doing the whole thing too, because you're not wrong, dude.
Yeah.
Like there are just sometimes you're like, what is this music? What is happening?
I'm gonna go off the cuff and say Metallic Rouge has some good tracks in there. I like the opening Rouge by Yuka. It just sounds like the beginning sounds like something from a Genesis sound chip. Yeah, and I think Metallic Rouge had some pretty good music too, but also Sawano's goated.
Sawano is pretty goated.
Yeah.
All right, we have our most memorable moment of the season.
Mine, I'll just go first. Mine was the first 2 episodes of Solo Leveling. I think they should have done that in one episode, but it was so not what I expected. Like, I've seen a lot of isekai / fantasy. Good hell, does that one just
Oh,
0 to 100 real quick.
That's a funny thing. I picked the double dungeon from Solo Leveling because that's what they call it.
Yeah. Man,
Very
it was
brutal.
so good. Yeah, it's so brutal and bloody, and you're
Intense and
just like,
brutal.
what?
When
It
you
sets the tone of the
when
entire
that dude
show.
just gets sliced in half, and you're just like,
That's not what they signed up for.
But it's insane because all of the characters are in sheer panic at that point.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you got the weak chicken over here, Chinese boy. I don't know how to say his name. Jungwoo Sung.
Jinwoo?
Jinwoo.
Jinwoo.
Don't you mean Korean as well?
Korean?
Yeah.
Sorry, whatever. It doesn't matter. Jinwoo, super weak, and everyone else is like they're a lot stronger and better than him. And then they go into this dungeon, and these guys are panicking, and then it's like he becomes the guy. You're relying on him.
I do like that he does have his own, like, almost like power up moment before he gets powered up.
Right.
So that way it's like we see weak, scrawny version of him is able to do stuff too.
You know what it reminded me of, and it's not necessarily the same, but similar, was the scene in Captain America where they throw the grenade on the ground in front of everybody, and then Steve dives on it,
Yeah.
and he's a little skinny
scrawny
guy at that
Steve.
point.
Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you chose that as well.
Yeah.
It's very good. I won't lie, I'm a little biased with my pick. My most memorable moment was when Konami said, hey, imagine if we did these kind of Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and then just proceeded to drop 5 to 10 second shorts of a bunch of different Yu-Gi-Oh archetype lore story anime form. Wow. I was blown away with it. Of course, they threw in 2 of my favorite lores of them all, Albaz and the Sky Strikers is fun. And I read the manga for Sky Strikers, so at least they had that. But like, getting to see anything of Albaz animated was just so fun. So, Konami, please make that a thing. I would absolutely love that, and I would buy your merch. I promise you I would. I already spent enough money on your cardboard. I'd buy more stuff. Yeah, so let's go to special awards.
I've got I'm gonna call it the bait and switch. That's Solo Leveling, just very unexpected. It's good. It was a good bait and switch.
All right. Well, I got best fight, and might be recency bias, but I thought the fight against the red armor and the various suits of armor in Solo Leveling is very fun, well choreographed. In fact, they just use his fists to fight armor. It's crazy. Pulls it off.
It's a little weird because
Yeah.
you have to remember that he has armor on. It's just
Yeah.
invisible.
Oh, yeah. He has that one ring in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's for your whatever.
Yeah.
And then most villain play or most villainous thing someone's done, and that's Funimation deleting all your stuff as you transfer it over.
Bang!
How could you?
Yeah.
How could
I saw a Somewhere Gamers video. I'm gonna censor what he says, but he's like, he reads out what's happening, and it's like, let me translate. They're effing you in that. It's like, yeah, they are. It's like, sucks. Like, you're gonna get all your stuff gone unless you get a screen recorder, record all
Just
that.
don't think about all of the digital purchases you've made on other various stores.
Yeah, they could all be gone too.
You might have a panic attack.
Yeah. All those 360 games I bought, probably all of them are gone by now. Sucks.
Yikes.
It's Steam
Those
everywhere.
those Wii games.
Yeah. Then, well, actually, I got those.
Oh, you still got them.
And then last one, Pettiest Bitch. I'm gonna give to Siri or Sari. How do you say her name?
I don't know.
The
The little elf.
Yeah.
Orange elf.
yeah
Sari?
Yeah.
Siri? I don't know.
yeah. Give her Pettiest Bitch
Yeah,
award.
that's a great award,
And then
honestly.
also I didn't write one, but worst launch Dragon's Dogma 2. How could you, Capcom?
But only
I
on the
played
PC.
PS5.
All right, I've got one special award, and this may even become a thing that it comes up every single time for me because of how much I love this award. It's the Gonna Go Binge the Manga Award.
Nice.
I'm gonna go binge Apothecary Diaries, and I'm already reading the light novel for Classroom of the Elite. So those are the ones that won those
That's
awards.
such a good. You should literally write that down so we don't forget. That's a good one.
That's like, I don't know if you guys jump on this award, but I know I do this almost every season. So
I haven't.
I
done
didn't.
it
I
every
didn't put
season,
best
but-
villain because I couldn't think of a villain, but I picked Funimation, even though they're,
the
Crunchyroll
villain.
now.
They're the
Yeah.
villain. Okay, well, I think that wraps up the most of everything on the list that we have. So it is now time for our best anime of summer.
Whoops.
Winter 2024. You can tell that I just reuse the same template every time, don't you? I'll go ahead and do mine in descending order, starting with number 3, Classroom of the Elite Season 3. I don't know why I liked this all so much all of a sudden, but I was super excited every single episode that comes out. I still have one more, luckily, I think. I don't actually know if I got one more, but I'm loving it. Super, super fun. And I started reading the light novel because I wanted to see more about it. Number 2. It's a carryover. It's Apothecary Diaries. How could it not be when everything else in this season is nowhere near the quality as this? It's really hard to pick anything else in my mind. I just really love the cast. I love the little story. I mean, sure, it's not like the most appealing thing, but I'm really into it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the number 1 is, of course, Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Because how could it not be for me? I love the manga. It's ironic that my Gonna Binge the Manga award went to the number 2 and 3. And if I hadn't been reading manga already, I'm sure of Frieren's manga, that probably would have been in that as well. But Frieren's so good, dude. The animation is phenomenal. The music is great. I already love the story. They make it even better with the animation. This is how you do an adaptation of a manga.
All right, for my number 3, it's Delicious in Dungeon, and I'm glad it's carrying over. It's probably the whole manga they're gonna adapt. It's really fun. It's just a fun, enjoyable meal time, an epic meal time. Number 2 is Solo Leveling. It's a simple concept, but it's done so awesomely. It's just cranked up to 11 awesome. It's just so cool. And then number 1 is Frieren. Same with the last. I think I picked it. I don't remember, but I did put it somewhere on there. And it's sad to see it go, but at least we got the manga. And there's also most definitely a season 2. Not announced, but most definitely will be.
I'm pretty sure there will be. It's making too much money over in Japan for them to not do it.
So my number 3 was Apothecary Diaries. It's a banger. Number 2, Solo Leveling. And then number 1, Frieren.
We all had very similar lists. I won't lie, I probably would have put Solo Leveling on mine if it wasn't for the fact that I was just going crazy about Classroom of the Elite. Because I had read the manhwa of it. I'm not, like, finished with it or whatever, but, like, it was really, I think they did the adaptation pretty good. They were able to move some stuff around timeline-wise from the manhwa to this, and I think it just works better. It makes you more invested in the world. But yeah, so those are our best animes of winter 2024. Now it is time to finally wrap up the show with 2 more categories, which are the shows that we wish we watched, and then, of course, our manga standouts. So let's start with the shows we wish we watched. I'll start. The first one I have is not necessarily a show I think I really wish I watched, but I am very curious because of how much people enjoy it, which is A Sign of Affection. Skylar's talked about it, that he doesn't really, I mean, it's not his favorite. But I've seen so many people talk about that they do really like it, and obviously from the Mal score, like, I'm curious. But then my other one, and this also doesn't help that Skylar hyped this one up this entire episode, and it's The Seventh Time Loop. I also tried writing the full title, then I kept looking and seeing how long the title actually was, and I just gave up. But yeah, Seventh Time Loop. That, man, dude, the more you said, I was like, stop it. I don't want to have to binge this show, but I kind of want to binge it because it seems like it would be a really fun show, and it's really up my alley probably.
Yeah. My 2 shows was Classroom of the Elite, just because I've seen you talk about it for several seasons now, and I don't know, you really like it.
It's fun. I think you would enjoy it. I mean, it's not like the most deep thing in the world. It's just kind of like mind games and fun ways to see how they get around the mind games.
Mm-hmm. And then the other one was Delicious in Dungeon, just because you guys have both talked about it too. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I got 3 shows. Well, actually 4. I didn't put one on here, but I thought I might as well mention it. One is Kingdom. It's on its 5th season, and like season 1's 39 episodes. But from what I've heard about it, it sounds awesome, like right up my alley. It's also great to watch, I guess, while you're waiting for Vinland Saga seasons. Next one is Ninja Kamui. I watched, like I said, I watched the trailer. I thought this doesn't look interesting. Then I saw the mouse score, and I was like, maybe I should give this a chance if it's good. And then next one is Tsukimichi, because I've heard good things about it. It's just a harem, but it's like a kind of like an isekai harem, but people say it's fun. And then one I have on here is Classroom Elite. I did watch all of season 2. I just haven't watched season 3 yet. So maybe I'll get caught up if there's a season 4.
I will say there's a moment in season 2 that is like the standout moment in all 3 of these seasons, in my opinion. Yeah. And I was listening to Thane watch it, and I was like, oh, shoot, he's at that part.
Yeah. I probably would have put that part at best fight if I watched during that season. It's so good, dude.
It's so good. All right. Last but not least, manga standouts. I only have 2, so I'll throw them out. Number 1 is Oshinoko, and I just have a little winking emoji, because if you know, you know. Next up, and the only one I want to talk about, is Beginning After the End. So this is actually, I believe, a Korean light novel, but I read it as the manhwa, and holy cow, I did not expect to like this little story as much as I did, this little isekai as much as I did. It was very reminiscent of Mushoku Tensei at times, and that's probably why I liked it as much as I did. But I was like heavily addicted to this as I was trying to get caught up to where it is right now. And there is some fun places that this story goes, some very unique character relationships and dynamics that they can do because of this circumstance. I will say one thing that's going to be a spoiler, but not like a crazy story spoiler that would ruin it for you. It does the one thing that I wish more isekai would do, because I'm curious to see how they would happen. And it's that isekai boy tells people occasionally, very, very occasionally, and only like a small certain amount of people, that he was in fact isekai'd. And you get to see their reactions, and it's crazy, because like this is such a unique character reaction and action, like a dynamic that you can have that isekais have, but they don't ever really do. And so to see it in this one, I was like, whoo, it's crazy. I like it. So it's a fun one. It's technically on break right now, so I'm very disappointed that I got caught up during a break. And so I have to wait a while for more. But yeah, fun stuff. Beginning after the end.
Talk about being a Hunter fan and a One Piece fan. Oh, yeah. I was going to mention One Piece went on 1 month hiatus.
It did.
And speaking of Manga Standouts, I do have One Piece on there. And the reason why I said it is like, I haven't actually quite figured out what the One Piece is yet. It's like, well, go figure it out. Get back here. And then I'm going to rapid fire these. Navigatoria, it's a new one I read. Pretty good. It has a lot of promise. Dan to Dan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Sakamoto Days. I know it's very generic, but hey.
Sakamoto Days is one of those I kind of want to go into.
Navigatoria is the new one. Go read it. Give it a chance.
Nice.
I wrote down a few, but you guys have already said them, so I'm just going to say this one because it's my favorite right now, is Boruto. I really like the Boruto manga, and I want more.
It's a shame it's monthly.
I know. It's so sad. But at least we get a lot of pages when we get our chapter.
True. You get like halfway through the chapter and go, oh, it's going to end soon, isn't it? Then you like happen to tap the page and it shows the progress bar. You're like, oh, I'm only halfway done. I agree. Boruto's quite good right now. And that does it, everybody. That is our winter 2024 season of anime review. We hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, subscribe, tell us why our opinions are wrong in the comments, and stay tuned for next week, because in just 1 week, we will be going over the spring 2024 anime season. We'll look at every single show and kind of give our opinions. We're going to talk about what we're going to be watching during that episode as well, so look forward to that. And then at the end of that episode, we'll be picking our next anime watch-along episode, book club thing there. So stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. And as always, have a great life.
Bye.